Words like 音楽 have velar nasals, but that comes from this sound. If we remove the G loses all its nasality, and we can see this in words like 学生. Try the nose plug test again with these two words, 音楽 and 学生. 音楽, 学生, 音楽, 学生. Again, G in isolation is not a nasal sound, so unless preceded by then ga, gi, gu, ge, go should always be said without any nasality. Or should they? Have you ever heard a Japanese speaker nasalize a G even when isn't present? For example, have you ever heard someone say kagami or mirror as kagami? Have you ever heard someone say sugoi or incredible as sungoi? Maybe you've heard someone nasalize the particle ga as in so desu ga. I imagine you have. What is this? Why is this happening even though isn't present? This phenomenon of nasalizing G sounds in the absence of is known as bidakuon, and like wo, it's an artifact of older Japanese. There used to be a time when everyone used bidakuon, but these days you'll probably only hear it in the speech of newscasters and people in their 40s and above. Lucky for us, as the rules that surround bidakuon are very complicated and difficult to remember. Which brings me to my takeaway point on this particular issue. It's good to be aware of bidakuon such that you're not confused when you inevitably run into it, but it's not something you need to worry about reproducing, especially if you're young. Thus, as mentioned earlier, unless preceded by it's best to produce the G sounds without any nasality. Okay, with bidakuon out of the way, let's get some more K and G related issues. Outside of bidakuon, there are usually three things that come up when talking about K and G. These are aspiration, palatalization, and this, the voiced velar fricative.